Good morning, good night, wherever you are. Welcome back to NFT Art Talk live Monday through Friday with myself. My name is Moshe, aka DJ Fetus. This is my closest homie, collaborator, and artist extraordinaire, Karthik. We know him as Karthik NFT in all the spaces and places. We want to welcome you guys to our show where we hang out with you every day on YouTube and now Twitter. That's right. We're growing, guys. We're growing with you to talk about the NFT art scene and experience it in a new way. We have interviews. Sometimes we stream live from the metaverse for concerts and events. Sometimes we're even just hanging out here talking about artists that inspire us and the art that they create. We love to stay focused on art, music, culture, fashion, the things that really drive Karthik and I. Sometimes it's sports. We're big NBA fans. Playoffs are about to start. Let's go. Number one, Miami Heat. Sorry, had to throw it in there. We're going to keep it going. I saw Karthik's grin there too. I did it. He's had his Spurs shirt on. For some reason, I have my Kings hat on today. I think it's because I'll explain my day in a moment, but let's stay focused. Let's explain for any newcomer what we're doing here. So if you're new to the space, we're here to build a community of acceptance and celebration. We like to party. We like to play music. We like to watch art. That's what we're here to do. We like to spread good vibes. We're even bringing that into the mix. If you're new here, please make sure that you subscribe down below. Hit that little notification bell right next to it so you know when we're live. And if you're a fan, don't forget to like that video today, where we really appreciate your support. If you ever want to talk to Karthik and I directly, we're always on Twitter. You can follow us at the handles above our heads. Shoot us a DM or find us in a space and let's talk. If you're an artist and you want to come on the show, we do have an interview series and we would love to have you on here. If you're an artist on Twitter and you're shilling all the time, you should come here and do the best shill in the game. Not going to lie. If you're watching us on Twitter, hop over to YouTube, join our chat. If you go to YouTube, you can type in NFT Art Talk. You're going to find us. I think we're the only ones right now. But we'd love to see your comments and anything else that you can help contribute. We're all about the community here. So without further ado, as I said, my name is Moshe, aka DJ Fetus, and this is my best friend Karthik NFT in all the places. What's up, dude? How's your day going, man?
It's going good, man. Got an early workout in. Did a yoga workout, so I feel stretched out and just kind of chilling, getting ready for this broadcast we're about to do. Yeah, today's a big day because Spurs are playing the Pelicans for a play-in spot, so I had to represent the Spurs shirt, one of my favorites, Mitchell & Ness shirt with the old school Spurs logo on it. But yeah, man, just feeling good. I was in a couple spaces this morning, just listening to people pitch, talk about their art and stuff like that, and always humbled by that experience as well, man. And then I know we're in the metaverse a second ago. I was watching Dope Stilo. I think you DJ there a little bit prior to that. But yeah, man, good way to start the morning, man.
Definitely, yeah. I was blessed to DJ at MetaFest once again, hanging out in the metaverse at thebar.social. That's all you have to do is type that in your browser and you can join that party. It's every Wednesday at noon Central Time, 10 a.m. Pacific Time. I'm a regular there. I love it. It's like so much energy, and just to play music for people. Sometimes I play new tracks that I'm about to drop just to get feedback. Sometimes it's the oldies, but it's a bunch of people doing original music in a very new and original way. I know I'm going to start streaming it live to whenever I'm DJing. I'll have it on my YouTube and my Twitter. So definitely go find those. The links for everything that Karthik and I ever talk about pretty much are in the description. And if we forget a link, we try to go back and edit it. So we want you guys all to remember throughout this experience of this show that all the links are in the description. That's an important part of our show. We want you to support artists. We're artists for artists doing this. So we try to help out people as much as we can. All right, man. So should we dive into some art together here? It feels right.
I'm totally down, dude. Do you want me to start off with illaDAPRODUCER?
Yeah, dude. This guy is so dope, dude. So dope. Yeah.
So yeah, he's been in the spaces pretty frequently. I think he's been around. I think he said he owned a Bored Ape Yacht Club. He's been around here since that time, but he's really just trying to push the music arts. He keeps on preaching to a lot of artists that this space is new. He calls it $1, which means you could get paid on the first dollar, the first release. Always referring to like Snoop Dogg could be making a song at nighttime in his mothership and then wake up in the morning with $50,000 in his pocket in his MetaMask. So anyways, he's just real tight about what he's trying to explain to these artists here and trying to just bridge the gap between Web 2.0 and Web 3.0 with this connects. He does have this one project called Who's Who. I think, do you have it up there on there? Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
do.
like
Yeah, this is
and
what
the
we got
sketchy
going.
verse. So like yeah, he has like two projects actually. I think one of them is he's kind of like selling his music for people that can make beats out of it. And he said like one of the things he could try to do with that was go to some of the publishing people he knows and try to make those connects between Web 3.0 artists and Web 2.0 artists. Then he also has this other project called Who's Who, which is like it's like a PFP project with character owls and such. This one that Moshe is looking at, or DJ Fetus is looking at right now, is the project I was talking about, where I think you can beat with that song and you can flip it.
You want to
That's
check
part
it
of the
out?
Who's Who. Yeah,
Just
let's
for a
check it out,
minute?
man.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real tight. That's really tight.
Yeah, so it's cool, man. He's like always in these spaces, man, just kind of supporting the movement. So I really appreciate that. Especially he's worked with let's see on here. He's worked with Mega Stallion, Eminem, French Montana, DJ Khalid, Lil Pump, Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, just to name a few. And yeah, I think he gifted DJ Khalid actually one of these Who's Who's, and DJ Khalid reposted it. I think it was on April 4th. So he's kind of connected in that community, and it's real tight. Just what he's trying to do to bridge the gap, basically.
Yeah, it looks like he's a collector too. I saw he had a couple Macy's, a Basie, Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Ape Yacht Clubs. He has I mean, I assume that these are his. That's why they're in his banner. That's kind of like a normal thing in this space. But yeah, that's like $500,000 of NFTs probably right there too. So it's interesting to see like collectors who are artists who also are putting it into the NFTs. I personally think it's particularly cool too because it means they have a pretty good understanding of what's happening in the space also. So, but this artist is, I mean, his music is dope. The tracks that he produced with the artists that he produced are sick. If you haven't heard those, go check them out. And then the art's really tight. So I agree with you. And it's cool that he's putting people on, you know, artist for artists, man. That's what we're here to do, right? So
100%, man.
make sure to get the follow. You saw me follow. You saw me like. You saw me retweet. You saw me post. I want to see everybody watching. Go do that also. Go do that. All right, cool. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it rolling. This is an artist that I came across in a space last night. I don't know if it's just, I mean, I'm drawn to Africans doing art, mostly because it's usually people of color and really interesting perspectives and being illustrated in the art. Also, I think that by the times that just gonna give some we're just gonna give some shout outs real quick because we want people to
Just
see how to do it, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
So we save our engagement for the show from this account. But anyways, what I was saying is I think the perspectives and the models in a lot of these art and artists are really awesome and not represented a lot in America where we live. So this artist, I just heard him in a space last night, probably because I like seem to align with the right time zone for them when I'm like active in spaces. It must be like 11 o'clock at night here is like, I don't know, probably in the middle of the afternoon or evening there, but he's in Nigeria. He's really tight. I really love the art. I want to encourage people to support one-of-one artists like this one. I mean, it's just so tight, dude. I don't know.
Yeah, I love all the colors they're using. I guess it's from this Durbar festival, and I have this other picture up here too. That I think this one's like a 3D swirl of everything, right?
What's that?
Kind of looks
This?
like it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like 3D. But it's cool. You see a variety of colors within the whole like clothing of all these people kind of walking around. And I don't know, I find this similar to like in India too. They have a lot of colors within their clothing and fashion line. I just love this picture kind of showing that dynamic within their culture as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this one with the guys like standing. Um, yeah, I agree. I mean, I think I love the colors, and I mean, Nigerian culture is fascinating, and the fashion associated is amazing. So many colors, fabrics, different types of prints, different stitching. It's amazing. But yeah, so I know it's no surprise that it finds its way into our selection. Okay, let's keep it going.
Good find, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, Manny Dot Wayne, Uzbekistan digital artist. So I just thought it was cool. It kind of had like an urban feel to it, cyberpunk pictures of like 3D blender kind of characters they created. I don't know if you want to zoom in on a couple of these or watch the video. There's one on the, I think the eighth one. It's a video.
Yeah, I think that this is. I would love to play it with the music, but YouTube keeps
Just
hating on
blasting.
us. So,
Yeah,
um, but yeah, I mean, go. I mean, like I said, you can click the link. I mean, this is. I mean, this is awesome. I love this character. I keep seeing these fairy eyes on these like Blender 3D projects, and it's just like it draws me in every time.
I like how it's all like female, black, brown ladies.
Yeah,
Showing power or different types of artistic kind of styles
right.
within there.
Super pretty, super fine.
But yeah, a lot
Oh,
of neon colors,
yeah. Looks like he collects a couple things in here.
portraits. Yeah, portrait pictures. Some with tattoos on their face. Yeah,
So tight,
that's
dude.
cool.
Makes me want to get one of those like video frames that you can put on your on your wall and like put one of those guys in, you know?
Yeah, like the
That would
NFT
be
frames
so
you're talking about.
tight. That would be so tight.
That's cool,
Um,
man.
okay. This is an artist I found on Twitter, honestly. One of my friends, Humans, post like kind of reposted it, and it makes sense because it's similar to that style, but I just love it. Not gonna lie. This is one of my favorite styles. This like kind of like a cartoon,
Cartoon, yeah.
realistic, like color, dramatic, using a lot of white space and just like also a little bit of graffiti style. I mean, if you ever walked into my house, you would see that I have a lot of art in my house that looks like this. But I think it's great. I mean, she's follow her on Twitter and do all the things you just saw me do. And yeah, I mean, this is just some of her stuff. I really like this kind of photo realistic cartoon thing, animated thing, personally.
Conor
But
McGregor.
yeah, uh, I mean, it's just
Yeah,
a
you
cool
know what?
style, dude. Like, I'll
It's
just
kind of
scan through her
reminds
art while we talk about it. But
it reminds me of Sin City a little bit, except just with a little bit more color and stuff like it. Especially like Conor McGregor one. But yeah, man, it's cartoonish. I see Eon Flux kind of vibe. I don't know if you remember that cartoon from MTV back in the day.
yeah, I do. This one, I really liked this one. I think the pink background also does it for me. Um, I mean, honestly, it looks like it's a Polygon project, which is pretty cool. So you can pay less gas fees once you convert your ETH to Polygon or wrapped ETH. Um, it's affordable. I mean, man, I love this art, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Has some graffiti art in there too.
Yeah. Oh, look at this one. So tight.
All the dreams are in your head.
Oh man, I don't have my wallet attached to this account. I'd be favored in that one. I'd be like, yo, let me come back. All right. Well, I'm happy if somebody watching the show goes and buys this instead of me, but look out because I really like that one. Yeah, I mean, Zamernaya. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Zarina Mirnaya. Zarina Mirnaya. Zarina Mirnaya. I really like this artwork. I think it's awesome. I think it, like Karthik said, it shows like the subjects are amazing for all the pieces. The style is really cool, and I just love where the artist is coming from. So don't forget, you guys, all the links are in the description below. So if you saw anything that you liked here on the screen, you can always just go down to that description below us and click one of the links to start engaging with these artists. At minimum, even if you can't afford their NFTs, go give them a follow. Go join their communities, hear what they're talking about. We found that the people in this space right now are artists are more accessible than ever. So, all right, man, that's our artist spotlight for the day. Let's dive into some of our hot topics and send people on their way. So I know this was one that you had found. You want to show us what you're talking about?
Yeah, so this was one where Meta is basically a new Facebook like metaverse. But it says Meta plans to take nearly 50% cut on virtual asset sales in the metaverse. So they're trying to act like basically like Apple acts like an app store right now, where they take like 30% cuts. But what they're saying, they want 30% cut of all the sales made through the MetaQuest store, just like Apple App Store. But on top of that, in their Horizon worlds, which is I guess the metaverse that's within, they want a 17.5% fee. I mean, I think this is kind of funny, honestly. This is a battle you're going to see between centralized and decentralized metaverses that are happening right now. You have Decentraland and Sandbox, which are decentralized somewhat within their blockchains. But, like when you have it centralized like this, obviously they're trying to do a model just like the App Store and make sure like that company gets enough fees on each transaction. But in the end, what's going to be the hardest part is actually getting the community and the people behind it. I mean, right now, I know if I'm an artist and I'm like, man, they're going to take nearly 47.5% of anything I create out of there, I'm not necessarily going to want to be in that metaverse, honestly. If there's competing metaverses that can provide same type or bigger type of marketplaces.
Yeah, I just saw this picture too. I wonder if it's like a spatial vibe where it's like built on Unity. There's no leg. Just I'm only saying that because there's no legs on the character, which is the same in spatial. But that's my only inkling of understanding of that. But yeah, man. I mean, and people are going to pay this transaction fee because they're going to say Facebook or Meta, and this is where all the people are. It's going to be those sorts of stories, and it'll be interesting to see though, like what blockchain they associate with and what the gas fees are and just how all it plays in. Because right now you're paying huge fees to the exchanges and to the blockchains every time you buy something, so even like, you go buy something that costs $8 USD, you got to pay $30 in gas fees wherever those are going to OpenSea, if that's where you bought it, usually on Ethereum, right? But even on smaller pieces, you buy a $10 piece, you pay $1, that's 10%, sorry, I said smaller, but like different blockchains is what I meant. Okay, cool. Well, let's keep it rolling because this is the news portion and we like to keep it brief because we're artists for the art. So I found this, I thought it was pretty interesting as just like, I kind of suspected that something like this is happening. Even in the story we covered earlier today, we noticed that like, people are gifting out NFTs to people, but so celebrities aren't technically allowed to promote a stock, right? It's kind of like manipulating securities. But then like what's happening in the NFT space is really interesting. You have like a lot of celebrities that are like involved with some pretty massive NFTs that are trading hundreds of millions of dollars in hands, right? And, this is like an ongoing argument that Karthik and I cover just a little bit from a perspective just to say, hey, look at what's happening. But as far as like like how the US government is scrutinizing the NFT space. So this was one that popped into our newsfeed that we thought was interesting because, you know, they're basically debating in this article, which you can feel free to read. All the links are in the description. What does it mean if if like a NFT business or collection or whatever pays a celebrity as a promotion? So like, hey, let's do a video with Justin Bieber and a Bored Ape Yacht Club. What does that mean? We're going to pay Justin Bieber, right? And then also, what does it mean with them being owners of the NFT? It's a really interesting article. The SEC, of course, wants to get their hands involved in everything. So it talks about them a lot. And it's a very interesting article. We just wanted to point it out to you guys.
Yeah, whenever someone's sending out any kind of media message, it's affecting the market some kind of way. And that's why I always tend to say, like, you should just be looking at it kind of like a digital collectible for your brand, honestly, that is like a piece of art or something like that. Because in a traditional artist model, you're just representing your brand, at least from the touring aspect, right? That we've seen, right? Where these artists are like, I'm representing my brand. It's a t-shirt I make, or a CD I make, or a record I make. And the transition now is that you just have it digitally accountable as an NFT collectible. So obviously there's going to be mixed signals if you're just like promoting it just like to make profit and make money off it, because I think that's part of the SEC's way of looking at things. But as a traditional artist and you just going to play your music, you tend to have these goods you're trying to just get out there to reinforce your brand. So I think in the future people should just be like, how is this representing my brand, knowing that they could write their own smart contracts really representing the brand that they've built the way they want to, and actually monetizing it the way they want to, rather than always having companies come in there and just giving a whole bunch of money to be like, hey, promote this, when do you know what's going on, right? The true artist is going to know how to write their own smart contract.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you that I think that that's the future. And I reiterate that Karthik and I are here just to talk about art and point out things that we see, right? I mean, I think our intention of showing everyone these articles, particularly the ones today, is not to give you an opinion of like what it means or where it goes. It's just to say, hey, we should all be paying attention to this, like how brands interact with NFTs and the way that NFT projects are kind of like positioned into business is an interesting concept. And that always, I mean, it's Karthik and I know from our experience, it always seems to start with some form of a regulation, right? Like, so it's interesting just to know what's happening in those spaces. And we hope you guys get a chance to check out those articles, but mostly we hope that you get the chance to check out these artists. That's what we're here to do. We appreciate everyone's support. We're having a great time here. If you're new, we're here every day, Monday through Friday. We actually dropped a calendar last night, so we're here at the 1 o'clock hour Central Time every Monday through Friday. Sometimes we're right at 1. Sometimes we're running a little bit later. Who knows? But turn on those notifications so that you know when we're live down below. To do that, you just have to subscribe to our channel, like the video because you like us, follow us on Twitter, hit us up in spaces. We're also hosting a Twitter space for music NFTs every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. Also, we have our friend DJ Yeki come in and help us out with some DJs. We bring up artists to play their music in a semi-professional setting, and then tell us a little bit about their music. It's a really cool radio show that we host on Twitter. And mostly, thank you guys so much for coming in with us today. We had a blast. We always do. We're having so much fun. I hope you guys have fun. My closing remarks today are simply that let's have fun. Let's bring energy. Take a minute. Just if things feel overwhelming, if things feel shitty, or you're not feeling like you're vibing, just take a minute, jump up and down, do a quick dance, then go back to whatever you were doing. Give yourself that 5 minutes of love for yourself at least. That's my thought. At least 5 minutes of loving yourself today.
Agreed, man. I'm just sending out positive vibes to everybody. Hopefully, you just have an enjoyable day and don't take anything too seriously other than your health and the people around you. And yeah, go Spurs, go! You got to win that game tonight so we get one step closer to the playoffs. So I'm sending my positive energy that way.
All right, dude. He finally did it. He said he would only say "Go Spurs, go" if they were in this playoff run right now. So, um, I don't have to worry about it right now. That's it. But fortunately, the Heat are number one in the East going into the playoffs. Let's fucking go. Hey, you know what, dude? Go Spurs, go. Go Spurs, go. I hope you all win tonight, too. I won't be salty. All right, everybody, have a great day. Thanks so much for tuning in to NFT Art Talk. We'll see you guys tomorrow.